Hello friends, we are together after some time and we will gonna have new tutorial series. In these tutorials we will gonna talk about full stack development with Spring Framework and Spring MVC. These tutorials will be a little bit different because it will not be a coding step by step. For simple reason, because of the complexity of these projects. We will gonna work different here. We will test the completed projects. I will create some projects, and in this tutorial we will see how it works. It will be a full stack applications. Basically, we will use Spring Framework, Spring MVC, Thymeleaf, Spring Data JPA and Hibernate, of course, with the help of JavaScript. And of course, a little bit of Ajax will be fine. And for this, we will gonna need Eclipse. I have already installed it. Of course, I suppose if you want to accompany these tutorials with projects, you should have object-oriented, understand object-oriented concept in Java, and also MySQL or Postgre. Some of the SQL should be fine, and I suppose that you have a basic knowledge of Spring MVC. We have prepared our Eclipse, and this is Eclipse. It should be Eclipse for web developers with Java EE. And also we have installed pgadmin. We will work with PostgreSQL, and of course, if you want, because projects are made with Postgre, but if you are using MySQL with small changes, you can run it with MySQL. It's up to you. If you have a good knowledge of SQL, it will not be any problem for you. And now Eclipse is prepared and pgadmin is prepared. Now I will go to the GitHub. I have already uploaded my project. I will just download it. Don't worry, you will have a link in the description. Let's save it. Now I will open. Here is our project, and the best way to run it is to copy it in the Eclipse workspace, which I suggested to you. Of course, if you are using Eclipse, if you are using IntelliJ, it will be a little bit different. But now we're gonna focus on Eclipse. I will cut it now, and I will go to my Eclipse workspace. It's here. I don't have any projects here. I will just paste it. And now we will import it into Eclipse. We can import it as it is, or we can extract it first. I will extract it here. It will be easier. And now it's extracted with WinRAR. I don't need this zip file anymore. If I need it again, I can download it again from my GitHub. As I already said, the link will be in the description of this video, so don't worry about that. Now let's go back to the Eclipse, and first let me explain you. This will be a project of offers. Users can post some kind of offers, buying, selling, and so on. And users also can have a communication via messages with each other. the main purpose is buying and selling, for example. And this project is created by John Purcell from Cave of Programming. It was not originally created by me, but the main problem with that project, it's created couple of years ago in Udemy course about Spring Framework. The problem is that project has never been updated since then, and that code is absolutely outdated. And what I wanted to do, I wanted to create and update that project in order to work again. And we will see the result of our work. Now we need to import that project. Here on the file we will go to the import. I suppose that you already know how to do it. And general, and we will go here project from folder or archive, and we will select, because if you haven't extracted, if you want to export zipped, you will select archive, and if you are already extracted, you will select directory, what I will do too. Now I need to find Eclipse workspace, and here is our project, and let's select that folder. Okay, now let's go click on finish. Now we are just waiting to Maven to import that project. Of course, this project is created in Maven. That's my favorite. I'm not using Gradle. And let me see here. And the main problem here, we will need a server. We don't have it right now. And this is a Spring MVC, Spring Framework with Spring MVC without boot. Just to mention you that. And here are we have a lot of packages here. It's not so little project. We have, as I already explained you, this is application where we will have roles and users. We are also using a Spring Security, and users will be participants. Only participants will be able to register to the site, and the admin, we will add it manually. It's already in our data package. And participants will post the offers, and depending of offers, participants can communicate with each other via messages. And all entity class, it has equivalent DTO. I like to use DTO classes because in the entities we have so many relations, many to one to many, one to one, and because of this, and in more complex project with so many relations, our application can crash if we are using only entity, and that's why I'm using DTO class too. For example, in the participant, now you will see here is the entity, and he has a relation with one-to-one with user, one-to-many with sent messages, but we will not gonna use sent messages, but received messages we will gonna use. It is one-to-many relation. And for example, when we have one-to-many relation, first is one-to-one with user entity. In the DTO, we will not gonna have For example, here private user DTO user. No, for me it is easier. I will just use an integer when we have one-to-one relation and we need a user. It will be integer user ID. And in one-to-many relation, the participant has a list, and also here sent messages and received messages, which are the list. And that means we will not gonna have in the participant DTO a list of message DTO. We will gonna have a list of integer, which will be messages ID is. For me, it is easier to get a particular object via ID. You will see how it will gonna work. I can close these classes now, and I forgot to mention before we create. This is our JPA persistence class, and here in this class, it's a connectivity with our database with pgadmin. We're gonna connect with pgadmin with this class, and these are the parameters, and the most important is this one. The rest of the functions you will use it as same as it is, but you need to change here Hikari data source, and especially this URL. And also I need to do some changes. This is our JDBC URL. That means here is the name of the database is OfferDB. In order to start our application, that means that we need to create OfferDB database in our pgadmin, which we will gonna do now. I will close this GitHub, I don't need any more. And here on the pgadmin, let's create a database. The name is OfferDB. OfferDB. Let's save it. Okay, our database is created. And my password, this is only for the educational purposes. It's only 1111. You will type your pgadmin password in order for this to work, and the rest should be fine. We have here Spring MVC configuration, and also we have a Webflow configuration. We will also gonna use the Spring Webflow. I don't know if you use it earlier, but you will see how it works. It will help us with navigations of the page, and these are parameters that we will gonna need in order to work with Thymeleaf. And here are the controllers. We also have we will gonna send the messages. The mostly are MVC controllers, but we also have one REST controller, which is here. I have created a REST controller and couple of functions, but because of the Webflow, the only functions that we will gonna use are we will save message, we will send and receive messages via a REST service. We will do it with help of Ajax. And of course, each entity has the repository, and it has service and implementation. You will see it. I will not show you all classes now, because this code will be available for you. And also, important thing, we will gonna use also a Spring security, because we will gonna have roles. A user will have a role user and a role admin. And the most important, I just want to show you here, because we have entities and DTOs. I create a class with the help of model mapper, this temp converter class, which will help us to convert entity to DTO and vice versa, and also without losing any data. Of course, when we don't have a relation, it is easier to convert it with model mapper. But also we will have some parameters. That's why we are using optional for the relations. And you will see the way how I am converting entities to DTOs and vice versa. We have functions for each of the entity and DTO. Now let me close this. You will see it step by step when you download this project. Let me close this one. Now we can try to test this application, but before test it we need to download the Apache Tomcat, because we will need a server in order to start our project. Let's go to the search. Let's go to Google. And let's type Apache Tomcat 9 download. We were gonna use 9. Okay, this is the current version. It's important to be 9.0. Now it's the last version. It's 9.0.69, and we will download it for here. I usually download this one tar. Should be fine. I will just download. It's only 11 megabytes. Let's save. It will need only a couple seconds to download. Let's show it will be in our download folder. I will just extract it here. Perfectly fine. And now let's go to Eclipse. And here we will gonna click here to create a new server, and we will here on the select we will select Apache, and it will be Tomcat 9.0, and let's click next. And now we need to put a path of the Tomcat installation directory. We can paste it manually, or we can browse. I will select a browse, and it's on my download folder. It's here, the extracted Apache Tomcat 9.0.69. I will just select that folder, and the rest should be default as it is. Now let's click on next. Okay, we will not add for now. I want just to check one more thing. Before we start the project, let's right click, and let's go to the properties. I want to check the path of the project in the web projects settings. Okay, it's a slash, which is okay. By default, when you are creating Spring MVC project with Maven, the path is a slash and the name of the project, which is not really good, because we will have path problems when we are working with that project. The best thing is to change the path to the slash, but now it's already set up with a slash only, which is perfectly fine. Let's just close it. And now the path is okay. Now we will right click on the project. We will run on server. Let's click on next, and that project is already added. And now we'll just click finish and we'll try to start it. We hope that everything will be okay. And I forgot to do one more thing, but we will gonna do it later, as soon as the project starts. Okay, the project has been started, which is perfectly fine, but before we start to work with this application, I will forget later. Apache Tomcat by default, let's double click here. By default, Apache Tomcat 9 has a timeout. Here, let's go on timeout. Timeout start is 45 seconds. What it means? It means that if Apache Tomcat doesn't start in 45 seconds, we need to restart it. And sometimes, now it was a first use, it was okay, but sometimes it will gonna be lazy, and 45 seconds will not be enough to Apache Tomcat to start, and maybe we will gonna need to restart it 5-6 times, which is very painful. And that's why we will gonna increase this timeout. You can increase 90 seconds or more. I will type here 240. Of course it's too much. Of course it will gonna start in order in 4 minutes, but in case if he is sometimes lazy, we don't want to have that problem with a timeout, and that should be fine. The rest should be okay. We will just use Control S to save, and we will gonna close this. But it is better for you to increase a timeout. And our application has been started, but I will just copy. At this moment I can close it here. I have copied that link. I will close this page also. We have opened a new window, and let's just paste this link. We will gonna test in the browser. Okay, here's our application. We need to log in first. As you can see, as I already mentioned, this was created by John Purcell from Cave of the Programming. I haven't removed that, but it's fully updated, that project, by me. Now we are in 2022 still, and okay, let's see what we have done here, and we want to see if everything is working properly. And also let me see in the load data. Where is the data package? It's here. Okay, by default we have added the roles, and we have added admin. Here is the admin data, because admin will not be registered. John Doe, and the address is doe.love2code.com. That love to code I learned from Chad Darby from the Udemy, and also he has love to code. He has a YouTube channel also, I think, and I learned first steps with Spring MVC with him. And if you didn't watch his tutorials, I suggest you to accompany, to watch it, because you will learn a lot from him. His way of teaching is really amazing. Okay, and now the roles, and this admin should be in our database now. Here we go to OfferDB. Let's open the query tool, and let's see are the tables are there. Okay, when we have started the project, all of the tables have been created, which is okay. And let's select star from users. John Doe should be inside. He is inside. Okay. Password for the passwords, we are using bcrypt password encoder, which is a part of Spring security library. And also let's just see the roles. Roles also should be here. Okay, we have two roles, admin and role user, which is perfectly fine. John Doe is admin already, and the users will need to register in our application. At this moment we have admin only. Of course we want to log in, but we don't have any data and we can't log in because there are no users in the database. First we need to register. And we have a couple of fields here, and with JavaScript we will use confirm. We will have a simple function to confirm password, but let's try to create account. Maybe this is not so much pretty. And I haven't changed, I almost haven't changed anything from the original version. It's just a HTML with a little of CSS, and I haven't almost changed it at all. Maybe I added a little of buttons. The point is not prettiness. It's important. In this project is more important functionality. Of course, later you can beautify this front a little bit. And this is a Thymeleaf validation. Let's now John Doe is an admin, and for the user I am using the name John Malinovsky. Okay, I have tested it already with him. I have the data, and let's test this password and confirm password. Let's type the password. I will type Malinovsky 01, for example, and to confirm I can type ABCD, doesn't matter. And let's try to create account, and as you can see, password does not match, which is perfectly fine. Validation is working, and also password and confirm password function is working fine. In order to pass the registration, we need to provide password, and confirm should be the same, and the password is Malinovsky01, and we will also type it here in the confirm, Malinovsky01. And let's try to register, and everything is it's fine. Now let's back to login. Before we log in, let's go to the database. Let's select star from users to see if John Malinovsky is here. Yes, it has his own its ID too. Email enabled. This enabled. We have 0 and 1, and we will use byte. In someone is using boolean, but we will gonna use byte, and we will define it with 0, 1, where by default it will be 1. All users will be enabled. But if for some reason admin decide to suspend some user, he will have possibility to do that, and when he suspend that user, it will change to 0, but later we will test it too. John Malinovsky is here, and of course we know the password, it's Malinovsky01, but it's protected with crypted protection with password encoder. Okay, that's perfect. And also let's check the participants. John Doe is admin, he will not be in the list of the participants, but John Malinovsky should be present. Yes, it's here. It's ID 1 and user ID is 2. That relation works perfectly fine. Now let's log in. Now, of course, you can see when login is not good, we will have this alert message. Let's log in user. It will be email malinovsky@love2code.com, and the password is malinovsky01. First, we want to log in as user. Let's log in to see if everything will work fine. Okay, we don't have here are the offers. We just have this square because we don't have anything, and I didn't type any message. For example, I could type no offers currently. You can add it if you want. I have just this is a link for offers, this is for a log out, and here we can see our offers, which is we don't have it right now. Okay, let's return to offers, and we can add new offer, and we can go on messages, but we don't have messages. First, what we can do, let's create a new offer, and let's create it. And of course, validation, it's also protected with validation. We need to type offer name and the text of the offer. And what can be, we can, for example, sell our car. I can type, okay, Fiat for sale. I have tested it with some examples, and I need offer text for it. It can be, I am selling my Fiat and the price is affordable. Okay, size must be between 5 and 255 letters. Okay, that should be fine. And now let's save the advert, and offer is created, and click here to view current offers. And here is the first offer. Now let's just check it in the database. Let's select star from offers to see if everything is okay. Our offer is, yes, ID 2, creator name is John Malinovsky, Fiat for sale, and this is offer text. And here is the relation with participant. Participant ID is 1. That is perfect. Now we can try to create one more offer. And what we have here, apples for sale, that should be fine. I am selling fresh apples with affordable price. Send me a message inbox. This is just one example. Okay, here we have user can have as much offers as he wants. It's everything allowed, except, for example, this is a site where we need to respect some TOS, and we can't have we cannot sell, I don't know, some illegal things from the black market, but we will try also that too, to see what admin can do in this kind of situations. But for now, John Malinovsky, a user, has 2 offers. Now we can go to this section, your offers, Here are our John has two offers, they are here, and he has two options here. He can update current offer or delete current offer. Let's see with these apples, let's try to update. Here is the offer name, apples for sale. And we can type as apricot, for example. Or strawberries. But okay, apricot is fine, but I think that I haven't spelled it well. I have apricots for sale from my garden. Contact me for more info. Yeah, we haven't spelled it well, but okay, it doesn't matter. Let's try to save this advert. And as you can see, it's updated. Let's also check in the database. Yes, we have Fiat for sale and apricot for sale. Update work fine. Now we'll just try. Let's go to our offers again. Selling Fiat, and also I have apricots for sale. Let's try delete these apricots. We haven't spelled it right, and it works. Now it is only one offer in the. We can see only one offer now, and your offers here is only one offer. And in the database, okay, delete works perfectly fine, which is great. Now we can return to offers, so we can create it one more offer. For example, buying a laptop. I am buying second hand laptop. It can be with good performances and affordable price. Send me your offers inbox. Okay, here is our offer. Let's check in the database. Perfectly. Now what can we do here? Now we can create one more user, and let's have some interaction between them. But I will not log out here. We can do it from Eclipse. We can open the web browser here. I think it will, maybe it will not gonna work perfectly, but it should work. Okay, we have opened on this icon web browser, and let me just copy this link. Let's paste it. Okay, here is the application. It works fine. And here is, you can see, when we have logged in as John Malinovsky, we have this, I have print this message. I am not using JUnit in order to test my application. When I am testing to see how my application works, I like to print some message, maybe sometimes in the service implementation class or sometimes in the controller class. But if you are using a JUnit, it's fine, but I am not using JUnit. This is my way of testing applications. When something it doesn't work as it should work, I'm usually start printing some messages to see where the problem is. Of course, run the project in the debug mode is also one more solution. Now, what can we do here? We can register with one more user. Okay, we have a John Malinovsky. Let's type. It can be James. We have Malinovsky. It can be Vondolovsky, for example. Email. It can be Vondolovsky and at love2code.com. And the password should be Vondolovsky01. And let's confirm it. Let's try to create. It's created. Let's see in the database if James is here in the users. Yes, he is here, which is perfectly fine. We have one more user, ID 3, and he is also in the list of the participants. Perfectly fine. It's 1 and 5 because I'm using generation type auto. If you want to change, if you want to go the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you can use generation type identity in your entity class, or if you prefer sequence, it's up to you. I'm using mostly auto. I will show you in the entity. All classes are generated value. As you can see, they are auto. If you want to change it in identity or sequence, it's up to you. But before we log in, okay, login doesn't. We will try to register again with the same data. Okay, it can be David Vondolovsky. First name and last name and password, it doesn't matter, but the most important is email, because email is unique. I think that we have defined it as unique, and email will be the username. As you can see, we can have the same email in the database and the program should crash. But we have defined the exception. We have two exceptions manually defined. Existing email. That exception should run when same email appears, and for the suspended user, we will gonna use that later. We will gonna focus on this one, existing email. When we type the same email, but we need to move to Eclipse. It's on Eclipse. Vondolovsky 01. No, it's not. It's only Vondolovsky at love2code.com, and Vondolovsky 01 is a password, but we could use another. It doesn't matter. The most important is we have unique key in email. And now if we try to create password, password doesn't match. It doesn't matter. I will define it as 1, 2, 3, 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4 because it doesn't matter. It's only important to be the same. As you can see, email already exists. We cannot have two users with the same email, and this exception work perfectly fine. As just we want our program haven't crashed. We have defined our exception. which work fine. We can define it here. Also in the exception controller are two exceptions for the suspended account and for the email already exist. First one is working. We will see the another one later. And now let's try to log in here. Now we will just try to log in. Okay, let's go to on the login, and it's Vondolovsky at love2code.com. I forgot. love2code.com, and Vondolovsky 01 is the password. Okay, perfectly fine. Now if we want to create, we can try to create an offer. What can be the offer? Okay, Chevrolet for sale. We will gonna also sell a car. Chevrolet for sale, and I am selling Chevrolet, can be Cruze. Contact me for more info. Should be fine. Now let's go. We have also offer from James Vondolovsky, and now let's go here. Okay, participants. Okay, let's see. Participants, we have already checked it. Offers, and offer from James should be here, which everything is working perfectly. Now let's have interaction between these users. Okay, we are on James on the James page. Okay, I am buying second-hand laptop. Okay, let's contact the John. Okay, James, now James will send the message to John. Laptop offer, and we will gonna do it with help of Ajax. We have defined, just to see, in the resources, static, in the JS, and with knockout library, we have defined message view model in order to create message, and a functions to save, to create a message, and also a function to reply. We will these two operations we will gonna do with Ajax. And if you don't know how to work with Ajax, this could be this was also my first operations with Ajax. I also didn't have experience with that. Also, you saw when we logged in as Vondolovsky, we have a confirmation message here. Now let's try to send the message. Okay, we need to go to Eclipse. Let's close other windows. Hi, I have Sony Vaio for sale. Are you interested? And let's try to save it. Okay, record edit. So message is sent. We did it with a REST service. Go to home, and one more thing, this home page will refresh is refreshing every 20 seconds, I think. That means that in order to see the message, we don't need to refresh. It will appear automatically, but it will appear in another. It will not appear here because this is a James page. We need to return to the browser. Okay, as you can see, we have a message. It's arrived because this is refreshing each 20 seconds, I think. Now let's click here, and here is our message. Hi, I have it is from James Vondolovsky, which is perfect. We can also check it in the database. Select star from messages, and the message is here, receiver ID, and also we have a sender ID, which is perfect. Relations are working perfect. And now we have option to delete, to return to home page. Okay, it's working. Now let's return. One more thing, and the return message, this message operation, operations to see the messages, to clear the message or delete them, we will gonna perform with the Spring Webflow, which is defined here on the, just a second, on the source main web application. In the web.in folder we have a templates, Thymeleaf templates, and also we have a flows. This message flow is defined, and we have defined everything in the XML file. I don't know now, you need to watch and read this carefully to try to understand, but these are the similar operations like we have in the Spring MVC. But in order to easier navigation, we are using a flow. You need to try now. If I starting to explain, this video will be a couple of hours. Try to understand, and if you have some doubt, you can also contact me with message to explain you this better. But you should try to understand this code. Mostly we are defining a flows, and as you can see, we are calling services here. A service class, and all services are defined as handlers. For example, message service handler, that means this is message service implementation class. And now let's try to see how it works. First, let's try another to reply to James. We will do it also with, okay, laptop sale. Interesting offer. What is the price of Sony? Now let's reply. Okay, everything is fine. Let's return on home page. Now let's go here to see if message is okay. Will not refresh. We will see if it will appear automatically. Okay, after it's refreshed automatically, the message is here. Let's do some interaction. Okay, I will try to, I haven't read it. Okay, it's failed because the validation was not completed. Let's go again to messages. What is the price? Okay, laptop offer. The price is 250 euros. Okay. Okay, let's go to home, and now let's go to messages. Here it's arrived. 250 euros. Let's reply laptop sale. It is too much for me. I can offer you 200 euros only. Okay, and now let's go to the James. Okay, message is arrived. Okay, here is the last message, 200 euros. Okay, but I don't want 200 euros. This is perfect laptop. My last offer is 240 euros. Now let's go to home. Okay, we have 3 messages here, and also here we have 3 messages. Let me see. Here we have only 2. Let's send one more response. For example, it can be, okay, we have a deal. Let's go to home. Okay, we have 3 messages between users. Let's see if each message is in the database. It's perfectly fine. And now I will just, let's go here to offers. We have 3 messages. Here we have options to delete. Reply is working, home page is working, and let's try here. James wants to delete all of the messages. Let's try to clear all. This is operation with a Spring Webflow, and it works. Inbox is empty. We have deleted all messages. Now let's go to the home page. We have no message inbox. Let's see the situation in the database. Okay, with receiver ID 5, all messages have been deleted. And now let's go here. Now we are in the John page. He has still 3 messages. Now we will just try to delete message by message. For example, let's delete this message, and let's refresh. Okay, it has been deleted, and now we can delete one by one, and the result will be the same. And now we should have no more messages in the sending, receiving, and deleting messages one by one, and all messages at once deleting it works perfectly. And now what we can do more. Now before we continue, before we log out as a James, let's create one offer: medicals for sale. And let's type a text. I am selling meds from black market twice cheaper than in a pharmacy. I don't know is it grammatically correct, but I wanted to create some kind of that kind of messages. Okay, that offer is in the database. I think it should be inside. Okay, this is of course some kind of illegal activity, but that is most important because we now want to log in as admin. Okay, we are finished with users for now. We can log out from here, and also John also can log out. Now what we want to do, we want to log in as admin. We have let me go to load data. It is John Doe. Here are the data, and let's try to log in as admin. The password is admin123. Okay, and this is the auto administration panel. That means that this page can be seen and accessed only by admin. John Doe is admin, and automatically when we are logged in as admin, we will log here, and this is administrator panel, and we can see all of the users here. Of course, John Doe is present because he is also a user with the role of admin, and John Malinovsky and James Vondolovsky are they are users, participants with a role user. and all of them are enabled by default. And also we don't have a lot. Here we can see the list of the users, and we can see the list of the offers, but with a small change. Here on this button we will just return here on the panel, and here we can return of the offers. And we can see the current offers, but with one button here for suspend. For example, if some offer is breaking the toes, or some illegal activity or criminal activity, I don't know, the admin has possibility to suspend the user. Now admin here, he will read the message, selling the Fiat, it's okay, second-hand laptop, which is normal, selling Chevrolet, which is. But now when he see this, I'm selling meds from the black market, twice cheaper than in pharmacy. Of course it's illegal to buy medicals and not buying in the pharmacy, and that is some suspicious and possible criminal activity, and it can be allowed that kind of offers to the website. And when admin note this kind of message, he will automatically suspend that user, and that suspended user will not have access to the site anymore, and all offers from that user will be deleted automatically. Let's see the offers here, and let's try to suspend James, suspend this user, it's okay. And now, as you can see, we have a message, user has been suspended, and in the status you can see now James Wondolowski, because breaking the toes, he is suspended, and that means that when he log in next time, he shouldn't have the access. And all of the offers from the James should be deleted. As you can see, if he had some messages, they will not be deleted, but he will not be able anymore to see or read or send the messages, and it was not important. And now let's try again here. Let's try again to log in as James. The email is Wondolowski at love2code.com, and it's Wondolowski01, I think, Wondolowski01. Let's try to log in. No, it's not. Let me see. Let me try to copy from here. Wondolowski01. Let's try to log in. Okay, yeah, now it's okay, because probably I made a syntax error. Here is the user Wondolowski, but what's the problem? Account is suspended. The problem is now it's suspended, and he has no access anymore. Now let's select, we can also check here, select star from users. As you can see, by default this is enabled, but when we call the function to suspend user and James Wondolowski broke the toes, admin decided to suspend him. When he called that function, automatically this enabled will change to 0, and when enabled is changed to 0, the user is in the database, but he will not have the access anymore. That is important, and only admin can change this enabled from 0 to 1. And also now, if we want to, we can try again, but it will be the same. Wondolowski Malinowski 01. If we haven't, okay, it's here, it's found, but account is suspended. And now if we want Malinowski should, he has no suspension at log to code.com. I could also do it, maybe it was better to do it from the browser, and Malinowski 01 is the password. If we log in, okay, Malinowski has the access and he can log in and log out normally because he is enabled, but when the user is suspended, he will not have the access to the application anymore. Now it's okay, we can just log out from here. Of course, if you want, you can change this manually. Now in the PG admin you can change it manually, you can return it to 1 or change it to 0 if you want, but you can practice this a little, you can add more users, more offers, and you can see and test how it works. And that should be all for now, and we will gonna have more projects. In the next project we will do some e-commerce, and it will be a little bit prettier. We will use also a little bit of Bootstrap. And don't forget also to download this code from the GitHub. You can give me a star if you like the project. And also don't forget to subscribe to my channel, because there are more Spring MVC full stack projects to come. The next one will be e-commerce, which will be interesting. Okay, that will be all for now, and see you in the next tutorial.